गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् आपदामपर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् आर्तानामार्तिहन्तारं भीतानां भयनाशनं द्विषतां कालदण्डं तं रामचन्द्रं नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिमुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं गोष्पदीगतवारीशं मशकीगतराक्षसं रामायणमहामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। मन्दप्रख्यायमानेन रूपेण रुचिरप्रभान् पिनद्धां धूमजालेन शिखामिव विभावसु। How did she look? Mandaprakyayamanena rupena ruchiraprabham. She was like sunlight. There was a brightness about her, but it was diffused. It was diffused, that brightness in her was not as bright as what it should be. She's like a tongue of flame which is enveloped with smoke. So, beautifully Valmiki says, it is slowly visible as you looked. You looked and you say, it is fire. It is brightness. But there was that gloom around her. Pītena ikena samvidāṃ klishtenottamā vāsasā Sapankamanalankaram vipadmamiva padminim Pītenaikena samvitam. She was wrapped in a single garment of yellow silk. Ekavastram. How was that garment? Krishtenottama vasasam. You could make out that this was an opulent dress. It was a class dress, except it was old and worn out and soiled. Just because it was old and worn and soiled, it doesn't mean it's a rag. It's a uttama vasasam. It is not something you will find on every arbitrary person that you see. This one is a class dress. Uttama vasasam. But worn out, old. It was covered with dirt. She was covered with dirt as well. And her ornaments were all but you could not see. It was not as if she was shining with jewels or something. In fact, at this point, Hanuman thinks that she is devoid of ornaments. She looked vipadmamiva padminim. She looked like a lotus pool which has got no lotus. And how was she sitting? She was shrinking into herself. Shriveling. She looked withered, scorched with sorrow. Here Valmiki says, like the star Rohini oppressed by the planet Mars. Ashrupurna mukhim deenam vishamanashanena cha shokadhyana param deenam nityam dukkha parayanam. Ashrupurna mukhim, her eyes are full of tears. Her face is full of tears. Deenam, miserable. Vishamanashanena cha. She is completely emaciated due to anshan, means fasting. She is not eating. Shokadhyana param deenam nityam dukkha parayanam. Plunged in grief, she looked like one who is meditating in tears. She looked bewildered, like one who sees no one of her own kind around her. Lost somewhere where no one of her own is around her, but only hordes of Rakshasas. To Hanuman, she looked like a lone deer which is hemmed in by a pack of hounds. Nilanaga bhayavenya jaganam gatayaigaya nilaya niradapaye vanarajya mahimiva sukarau dukkha santaptam yasananam akovidam. Her hair going right down her back, right down. It looked like a black cobra. Nilaraga, blue-black cobra. Single plate, reaching down her back. She looked like the earth, the tree, with a stretch of a dark forest. After the woods, after the rains have stopped during the autumn season, apparently the tops of the trees become darkened. And there's a stretch like that in the woods on earth. She looked like that. She who deserved to be happy, who had never experienced misery, worries, etc. in her childhood, she was burning in grief. Tam samiksha vishalakshim adhikam madinam krisham tarkayamasa siteti karanairupapadibhi. Vishalakshim, looking at this lady of wide eyes, emaciated, thin, covered with dirt, he inferred from the attendant circumstances, Sita. This is Sita. Ekaveni. Single plate. Hanuman infers from her condition now. He's looking at the condition, what all she's doing. It says, this is Sita. Last time he got fooled with Mandodari. Then he looked at the condition and said, this cannot be Sita. Now he looks at Sita, looks at all these attendant circumstances around her, herself, etc., her behavior. This Sita is. And he deliberates. Now, this lady's form and her complexion is very, very much the same as the one whom we saw who was being carried away by the Rakshasa Ravana in the sky. It's like that only. She is so beautiful that she looks like Rati. She who rejoices the hearts of all the creatures who see her. Just like the full moon does. Anybody who sees the full moon feels happy. Likewise, anybody who sees Sita, he feels happy. Such is she. Such a lady is now resting her body on the bare ground. She's looking like a female tapasi, anchorite, who has taken on a severe vow, some severe vratam. One tapasi has taken a severe vratam, like that she's looking. And she's full of fear. And she's sighing, hissing, like what? Bhujagendra Madhumiva. Like the consort, the wife of the king of serpents. How it is. The commentators also say, it means also, Hanuman or Valmiki is indicating that the consort of the king of serpent, you can't go near it. Ravana can't dare to go near. It is hissing. Samsakta dhumajalena shikhamiva vibhavaso tam smritimiva sandigdham riddhim nabadnipatitamiva. She looked like a tongue of flame being drawn into a vortex of smoke. She appeared. Beautiful analogies. Like the text of a smriti of doubtful meaning. One Dharma Shastram, some statement is there. It is not clear what it means. She looks like that. She looks like a treasure which has fallen down somewhere. Diamond as well. She looked like prosperity which was once upon a time. You see, no? Old palatial houses looking abandoned. Once upon a time, how it must have been. It would have been great. We can say in India all over. Prosperity once upon a time. The palaces in Tanjore, Madurai, the old Chola place, Chennai. What do you see? Fantastic architecture, fantastic sculpting, but trees growing out of it. Abandoned, bats, rats, trees, nothing. Vihatami visaddham asham pratihataamiva sopasargau yatha siddhim buddhim sakalushamiva. She looked like vihatami vichashraddham. Faith which has been destroyed by doubt. There is full faith in some God. But something happens in your life so terrible that your faith is shaken. Asham pratihatam iva. Asha, hope, which has been destroyed, which has been belied. If you eat this diet for 4 months, you will become as slim as whatever. Instead, you put on weight. To hope, belied. Sopasargam yatha siddhim buddhim sakalusham iva. Look like success denied. 100% this is the person who should succeed. Deserving absolutely everything perfect, has worked hard, everything. But somebody, power of authority, God, somebody comes and says, no. Bewildered. Stunned, shocked. Success denied. Not for you. No siddhi. Go to hell. Buddhim sakalusham iva. A mind devoid of clarity or a blurred intellect. She looked like that. Abhutena pavadena kirtim nipatitamiva. Or she looked like a fame, good name, good fame, which has been spoiled by false allegations. Harassed by the Rakshasi crowds. Helpless, eyes in tears. Now he was not even sure it was Sita again. The doubt was, he says, Valmiki says, Hanuman thinks, there's a person who has mastered the Shastras. But the mastery of his Shastras is not perfect. Why? Because it is not based on the bedrock of Veda. He does not know the Veda. Without the foundation, he's got a nice superstructure. Or a grammatically faulty sentence. Sentence is there, there's a grammar mistake in that sentence. Because of that grammatical fault, it conveys a totally different meaning. She looked like a sentence with a grammar fault. Soiled dress, dim adornments, was it Sita? But after careful deliberation, he concluded on the basis of evidence that the lady whom he saw before him has to be indeed she is the flawless Sita. Now he looked at the jewels. She was having jewels, except they were not so bright. See, in the case of Sita, the jewels will get the brightness from her, not the other way. Jewels will not make her look bright. If she is gloomy, jewels will be gloomy. They looked to Hanuman darkened because of lack of care. Yet, you look carefully now, they matched the jewels that Rama had described. Jewel to jewel he saw. Well-made ear pendants. Notice that. Then a particular swadamstram, a particular jewelry piece or pieces of jewelry called dog's teeth. Now commentators don't even know which this was. But there was apparently some jewelry called dog's teeth. Whatever that was. Apparently, only thing we know about it from Valmiki is that it falls cut into place, whatever that means. Correct? Ukarma. All of that. And then he also noticed that the jewels which had fallen in Kishkinda, they were not there in her body. It's not there. He noticed that. And then he noticed the dress. She had thrown her upper garment in Kishkinda. That yellow upper garment she had thrown down, which had fallen down and got stuck in a tree. And it looked like a flying golden carpet coming down. It was a beautifully golden sheet of gold it had looked like. The cloth that she was wearing now, although soiled and worn out, it was of the same color as that one and the same beauty as that one, Hanuman noticed. He concluded, this is she for whom Rama grieves. Rama grieves. Iyam sa yatkrute ramaschaturbihi paritapyate karunyena nishamsena shokena madanena cha stri pranashteti karunyat ashite cha nishamsyatah patni nashteti shokena priyeti madanena cha. Rama is grieving according to Hanuman for 4 reasons. He is grieving because of Karunya. He is grieving because of Anushansyam. He is grieving because of Shokam, and he is grieving because of Madanam. Karunyam, pity, compassion for a woman in distress. Stri pranashteti. For a woman in distress. It could be for any woman. Rama grieves. Stri pranashteti. Karunyat. Ashiteti anushamsita. Chivalry to someone who has put her trust in him. Chivalry. Patni nashteti shokena. Grief because it is his wife. Priyeti madanena cha. And love for one who is dear to him. All 4 apply in the case of Sita. Anyone applies to anybody, he will be grieving. All 4. That's the reason why he is grieving. Hanuman, in his mind, he brings Rama and puts her next to him to see. And he says, perfect match. In form and beauty, she and Rama are perfectly matched. Her mind is securely anchored in him and his in her. If it was not so, neither she nor he would have survived even 1 hour of separation. Hanuman thinks. And he says, in fact, he's thinking to himself, talking to himself, it is actually a miracle that Rama is alive. Deprived of this lady. Rama, it should be impossible for him to hold on to his life. It was for the sake of this lady of wide eyes, that Vali was slain. It was the sake of this lady that Kabandha, the equal of Ravana, he was struck down. That Viradha was killed for this lady. Likewise, Rama, who is Bhavitatmana, who is self-realized, he slew with flaming arrows Khara, Dushana, and 14,000 Rakshasas for the sake of this lady. It is she because of whom Sugriva has got the kingship of the apes, which was Vali's, and so difficult to get. Because of her, he got it. And then he says, it is because of this lady of black eyes that I crossed the majestic ocean. And I have searched all over Lanka. This lady. If Rama were to turn the earth upside down, by the earth, if he was to turn the three lokams upside down, all the worlds, for her sake, if he were to do that, it would be quite the proper thing to do. The sovereignty of the three worlds is not worth 1/16 of Sita, a kala. Three world sovereignty, not worth a fraction of Sita for sure.